Hi everyone, this is Ahmed Kiremli and welcome to Be Efficient TV. The mission of this web TV show is to boost the efficiency of your business and life with tips and tricks from leading experts. And today I have with me Dr. Sonatta Camara. She is an expert in real estate investment. Welcome to the show, Sonatta.
Thank you for having me.
How did you start in I call it the second and biggest investment category? People invest in business, real estate, paper assets, and commodities. How did you start in business? Real estate, sorry.
Okay, well, thank you. At age 22, when I graduated from college, I bought my first house. Most people tend to rent a property, and my strategy was to buy a piece of property. And once I bought that house, I understood the value of investing in real estate.
And before real estate, in which industry you worked?
Well, as you mentioned, I went to college, right? So there I have my BS in finance, and I went and got my MBA degree and went further to get my PhD, hence Dr. Sonatta Camara. And I started working in the consulting industry, in business consulting. And I used to sell contracts for the government of Puerto Rico and the government of Bermuda. And so when the Enron scandal occurred, I used to work for Arthur Andersen. That no longer existed. So where can I go make the money that I was making and not travel? Because I had a 2-year-old daughter at the time. So I decided to come into the real estate industry.
How to start investing in the real estate industry?
Well, investing in real estate, there are multiple strategies. You can buy a house to live in it. That's one strategy. Another strategy is you can buy a house and rehab it. So that's a second strategy, which is, most people call that flipping. You know, like flip this house. Most people do that strategy.
Capital gain.
Yeah, capital gain. And then there's there's strategy where people can just invest by putting money into a real estate investment trust. So there's a lot of different strategies in investing in real estate.
Are you more with a capital gain investment or with a cash flow investment?
Well, my focus in my business is helping people build wealth through real estate. Everyday people. There are a group of people who are investors. They've been trained in investing in real estate. They understand those strategies. 3 years ago, my husband passed away, and I understood the importance of leaving a legacy behind. So I started focusing on helping the everyday person understand the value of real estate and the importance of gaining wealth through real estate and leaving a legacy behind. So I have this digital academy where I teach people how to invest in real estate. And people don't know, you can buy a house and not live in it and rent it out. I could be renting in Dubai and own a house in Washington, D.C. And the fact that I'm renting in Dubai doesn't negate the fact that I'm renting a house in Washington, D.C. So the person who's renting my house is paying down the mortgage. So as they're paying down the mortgage is depreciating, and because it's Washington, D.C., the values are also going up. So as that's happening, I'm gaining appreciation, so I'm gaining wealth through the appreciation of the value, and I'm also gaining wealth through the cash flow that's coming in every month, and there's a tenant that's actually paying that for me.
You are an international broker. How do you compare how easy to get a mortgage in the U.S. versus other countries?
Well, if you have cash, like suppose you have $20,000, okay, and you tell me, Sonatta, I'm living in Dubai and I want to invest in DC, or I want to invest in America, I would take that $20,000 for you as an investment strategy, and we can invest in a place like Baltimore or Milwaukee, and we can buy a property, rehab it, put a tenant in it, and get that cash flow. So in that example, you would buy the property for like $7,000. The difference would be used to rehab the property, so your total investment in that property is $20,000. The tenant's paying $800 a month. So after 2 years, that $800 a month has paid off or returned back to you the $20,000 you invested initially. So every year and every month after that, you're gaining that $800 a month cash flow. So what you can do with that money is parlay it into another property, or you just have money coming in every month. So you own an investment piece of real estate that's paid for now, and you're getting $800 a month forever, as long as you own that property. So it's a great strategy. And that's what I teach people to do.
Always, the average, they say in in real estate, you can get your money back within 10 to 12 or 15 years. Like within your strategies, you teach people to get ROI like on their investment within, let's say, 5 years, 2 years to 7 years.
Yep, it depends on that person's comfort level. So if you want to invest only where you live, then we would run the numbers based on where you live. As an international real estate broker, I can help anyone buy property anywhere in the world. I'm one of 3,000 people who have that luxury to be able to do that. So it depends on if you're in the US and you have to get a loan, then you have to have a social security number to do that. And you have to have income, and you have to have a debt to income ratio that works with that number to get a loan in the United States. But if you're an overseas investor and you have cash, and you're willing to invest that cash in the U.S. market for real estate, then there's no loan involved. Then we just buy a piece of property.
Question: usually, if you're a U.S. citizen, you have to pay taxes even if you live or work outside the country. So if I'm an investor in Dubai, let's say, and here we don't pay taxes, and I gave you the $20,000, you invested that into a real estate in the U.S.
Yes.
And I have to pay taxes for sure on the real estate in the US,
yes.
But does that also make me file and I have to pay for my income here in terms of taxes, or only for that?
No, when you sell that property, they're going to take, when you do the sale, the capital gain, they'll go ahead and take their tax out of the capital gains. So you'll have a portion of that money returned to you. The rest stays back in the US.
Is the tax capital gain varies from state to state there?
It does vary, and it also varies based on all the different numbers. So the focus of my business is to teach people how to build wealth in real estate and how to get them to the next level. And more importantly, how to leave a legacy.
How long usually, from your experience with your students, it takes them to take action on that, if they are taking action to execute on that?
Yes, there's different levels. So if you're doing the digital academy, I offer a digital academy online where you just take courses, and that's pace as you go. I find that most people don't finish any online course. There's like 3% of people that actually finish the online course, but we do offer that as a course. I do also offer one-on-one coaching where I hold your hand through the process step by step to take you through the process of building wealth, and it's based on your comfort level. I go as fast or as slow as you're willing to go.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sonatta. Really appreciate it for this valuable information.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Be efficient and stay efficient, and see you soon with another leading expert.